Hey, super cool that you're watching a new episode of TWIN again.
Television in terms of
appearance, the car's actually finished, but we still have a few really important things to do, like replacing a section of the wiring harness. Up until now, we've actually started the car, but took a risk, because as you know, if a wiring harness is badly burned and we've cut it off just to be able to turn on the ignition, we obviously don't want to take any more risks. So, we've bought a new wiring harness. 1,300 euros. Man, that's a lot of money. Seriously, anything with a Lamborghini logo or name on it immediately costs an extra zero.
just more of
An extra zero.
Indeed, 1,300
euros. But we have it, so we're going to replace it in this episode. But for that, we have to disassemble a lot of interior parts, so that's what we're going to do in this episode. I'm really looking forward to it, but soon we'll turn the ignition back on, we can look at the dashboard again, and then we'll get a super warm feeling inside. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe, because that's what supports us the most. Since we've said all this, let's take a look inside the car and start disassembling the interior parts. As you just saw, we took out a few loose parts from the car. Max had to disassemble these to remove a mirror, and of course, to achieve the best possible result. What we need to do now is actually turn on the booster again with a wiring harness that has been cut. This is what it looks like. We have
the cables.
We separated the cables as much as possible and cut them at different heights to prevent them from touching each other. So we're going to keep a close eye on this because we're going to turn on the booster to lower the windows. They don't need to be up anymore. The painter found them particularly helpful for preventing dust from entering the car. And our seats are electrically operated. So in order to move our seats and therefore be able to remove them, we have to put the booster on one more time. And that's what I'm going to do now. The seats were easy to disassemble, especially on one side due to a missing bolt. So instead of being fastened with 4, it was only fastened with 3. And I have to say, unfortunately, I didn't find any Rolexes under the seats. You never know with rich people who have driven such a car. We did find other things, yes. I did make a profit. As shown here, there's 10 cents. And what's really funny to show is that the seats are from those shuttle buses, which in other cars are just welded onto the seat rails. You can see that in a Lambo, it's just simply placed in between like that. Yeah, it doesn't fit, so they just put a spacer in between and that's it.
Catches the
Lambo's simplistic design creates ample interior space, which is quite amusing to point out. We've made the car very spacious. We're going to continue stripping. Let's go. we're doing a good job, I have to say, because we've removed quite a few trim pieces from the interior. And that brings us right to the cold tree that we're going to replace, because the cold tree is actually divided into 3 parts.
We're replacing the burned left rear side. The right rear side goes to the right rear.
You have the bare tree extending from here to the front and rest of the car. With that said, let's examine the seat belts. Let us know in the comments what we should do with the seat belts, what color we should make them. And yeah, if you have ideas, send them to us via Instagram, twins.tv. Of course, we check all the comments. All of us DMs do our best, but this is why we need to replace our seat belt. It's very frayed. I think it got caught between the rails of the seat. And
Then it gets damaged.
he just does. Yes, then it just gets damaged. But of course, it won't pass inspection like this. Not the Ministry of Transport, but also not the Riksdienst for het Wegverkeer inspection. So we're obviously going to have this fixed because we can't do it ourselves. The center console has been disassembled, which is quite simple, as each part is separate. But we've found something really cool, guys. Check this out. It says Racekeeper Onboard Diagnostics link, and it goes to your onboard diagnostics port. And basically, what this box does is it stores everything about the car and translates it to another program. It's basically a tuning device.
Program.
I think it's called Comparo High Definition because I looked it up on Google. And everything just gets stored, and you can read it out. Lap times, but also error codes from the car and a G-force meter. Basically, everything is included. It's funny, we won't use it ourselves. It's just the plug that you put into the onboard diagnostics port. And I think they've put it here by your cigarette lighter for convenience. So we're gonna take it out. We don't need it. We're not gonna drive around with unnecessary weight. 2 hours later, but we made it, guys. We also have a piece of parking sensor. What's it actually called? We've removed the entire parking sensor system. Yeah, because as you guys know, we have a new bumper that doesn't have any holes for the parking sensor. And this was also aftermarket because it was Park Boy or something like that, right?
Look here.
Park Boy.
Park Boys. No, but the cables were still attached, so you can't do it anymore.
Use it, exactly.
And lightweight, right? Guys, look at the mess we've made here. But everything is loose, the wiring harness is out, and I think it's time to start comparing it with the new one. Let's hope it fits and is identical. 1,300 euros is a significant risk. And the numbers on the wiring harness do match. But we are missing a letter in between, so let's take a look at it in a moment. At first glance they look identical, which is obviously good. But there is a slight difference, as just mentioned. This is our article number 070L90553430200. And on our old bare tree, it actually has the same number, except here there's an E in between, an E. I'm unsure what the E stands for, possibly E-gear from the automatic transmission. However, when examining the connectors, they're actually identical. Yeah, they're all identical, but honestly, we didn't really have a choice either.
When it came to wiring harnesses.
Due to the extreme scarcity of those items online, we ordered the first and best one available out of the only 2 options. And this one also matches the most in terms of article number and subnumber. Before we can install the wiring harness, we're first going to remove and secure a few panels, because we don't want to damage them. So we're going to install these 2. We're going to remove the engine cover. Rear cover, I still don't know what it's called, and we're going to remove this bracket because we have to take it in and out a lot. That's what you'll see now. Let's go! Music. Music. The wiring harness is finally installed. It's going really well, guys. Now it basically comes down to putting back all the panels we just took off. For example, the dashboard needs to be secured at the bottom again. That needs to be fixed back in place. Door trims. There's one thing we can't put back. That's the center console. Because we need to replace the handbrake cable. The handbrake cable that goes to the left rear. Because it's completely melted. It goes underneath here, that's this one. As you just saw, we've clicked all the plug connections together, so thankfully everything fits. And we've also reattached the wiring harness in the original way with zip ties to all the mounting points, as you just saw. Exactly, because here we didn't have any clips left, but luckily our new wiring harness did have them again. So yes, it's hanging exactly the way it is supposed to hang originally. And what's nice is that you can immediately see where each connector goes. For example, this one goes at the bottom of your air filter box. This one is for your engine plug. It goes like this. And yes, at first you wonder if it will all work out, but of course everything will be fine.
Together.
By itself. So what are we going to do now? We're going to put everything back together indeed. You see a lot of screws and little things. All of that will just be put back in place. You get to do that and I'm going to film you. So let's go. We've made a lot of progress. The paneling and the covering, all under the dashboard. Everything has been completely closed up again and looks original. We've really made progress. Now I can, with a safe and good feeling, actually turn on a contact without being afraid that it'll burn out. With a burnt wiring harness, there's always a risk every time. Is it going? Are you okay? Are you really okay? We also took the opportunity to vacuum under the seats because you don't get that chance often. So Don, I say booster on and let's see if everything still works. Yeah, there it goes. Ignition on, radio on, and let's go. Well, my odometer reading is still the same. Numerous errors remain naturally. I do hear something like a little radio. Yeah, it's just that you have a speaker on your side and I don't. Oh, right.
What?
What is it saying? It's giving errors, keeps making noises, just beeping. But when I close my door... See, no more beeping. Wow, guys, should I just turn on the light for a moment?
Go ahead.
Look, guys, lighting, everything still works.
We also have something from Volt in the car. Awesome. Navigation light.
Climate control still works too. All that bodywork has made the car really dirty inside, but oh well. We'll clean it up. Want to check if the seat heating works? Sure, I'll turn it on for you. Oh, you can just do it like this. That's pretty luxurious, you know. Is there a CD inside?
Hey, there's a CD inside. What's on it?
Lamborghini Navigation, System Digital Road. We have a navigation CD in it. We're aiming for the best time. If this comes back through your radio. Yes, now that we can obviously start the car safely, we have to admire it in all its glory. Well, there went the booster. Then the battery was
Dead. As long as...
We were able to enjoy it, guys. Do you have a battery for the Lambo? Direct message us on Instagram, we really need it. Wow, guys, today we really got a step closer to having a properly working Lambo. And we're not done with the episode yet. Of course, we're not throwing anything away because everything is valuable, man, for a Lambo. So we're going to keep this on the shelf for now since it's really becoming a classic car. No, there are a lot of useful plug connections on it. So if something breaks on ours, we'll always have a spare. Exactly, that's it.
Nice, never...
Never throw anything away, especially not from exotic cars. We've learned that by now, you know. Imagine having a Lambo that's burned on the inside, and then you need these stickers. We've got it right here. We have a little time left. The episode isn't over yet. Let's see if we can quickly install this door panel with the mirror back on. Because yeah, we just want to have as few parts lying around everywhere as possible.
Then it's better to just mount it on the car. Let's go.
That's it for today, guys. It was a pretty productive episode. We replaced the cable, as you just saw, and we completely reassembled the door panel, including the mirror. So yeah, with all this done, we can safely turn the ignition back on. And without being too afraid that something might still happen, like a short circuit or a computer getting damaged. And yeah, we're really happy about that, of course, because with every little step, we're getting closer to a finished product, which will hopefully be back on the road soon. Come on, let's walk to the back for a moment, because our seatbelts are still here, of course. I want to thank you all very much for the many reminders we've received about the seatbelt repairs. But also thanks to those who have considered which company we could go to. Thank you for that. We are going to have these sent out, and soon you'll see which company we've partnered with. What still awaits us in the future is that before we can install our engine, we will have to work on our gearbox. As you know, that one has also been severely affected by the powder extinguisher, and our clutch, we still have to completely disassemble and reassemble it. Of course, everything has to be completely clean and cleaned, because we want to install our engine in one piece in the car. So, with the gearbox attached and then hang it in all at once, but before we can do that, of course our fuel tank has to be installed first. And yes, those are already ready, so soon it's just a matter of putting the puzzle together, and at some point it all goes so fast.
so fast because this
are the more difficult things, like the drive shaft and such, and those little things are always so tricky.
but especially
Later on, when lifting the engine in, it will be time consuming. Results are quick, that's how it is. You just need to connect it. It's super easy. Guys, can we get 5,000 likes on this video? Please help us out. And are you new to our channel? We have a playlist ready for you of a BMW repair we did earlier and a playlist of a Porsche repair, which is also really awesome to see. So yeah, don't forget to check those out. And yeah, we're back next Friday with a new episode. I'm thrilled because this thing will drive soon, guys. We fully believe in it. Join us next week for a new episode. See you then.